Hey guys, welcome. In this video, I want to apologize for something. I was indeed messing around with you guys for a little bit in one of my yesterday's videos, and I owe you guys a proper explanation and demonstration. Now, some of you probably already noticed some of the most coveted ship names on my ASPO terminal, such as the Puddle Jumper and the Bunny Bus. The Bunny Bus is the name for my fleet carrier in Elite Dangerous. So the Bunny Bus is actually my Idris M, and the Puddle Jumpers are my Idris P. And these are the actual names that I named my Idris. Now, for the RSI Perseus, these are simply my Polaris. Now, scroll down, you will find some really cool names. Drake, Ironclad, Assault, and especially the Drake Kraken Privateer. And both of these are actually my caterpillars. Here it says medium freight and the cargo space is 576. I not only can change these names, I can also change the type of the ship and also the cargo grid. But I didn't change these, just the name. And here are my Cougar Sharks. And you guys probably already know what ship this is. Yes, it's the Cougar Wolf. Because of the bottom fin of the ship, it really looks like a mini shark. So I call them Cougar Sharks. And here is my Vandu King ship. This is the Vandu Thais. And the UAE Navy Kugari is my Corsair. Now, last one I named is it starts with a B. Here we go. Bucket. Take a guess what this ship is. What ship has a bucket? But when you look at here, the type of the ship is a heavy fighter. No, I did not change this name here. This is the official rule for the ship that CIG gives it. Honestly, I don't think this ship is a heavy fighter. It's a freaking bucket. Now, you also noticed the numbers in front of my ship. The reason I did this is because by doing so, I can bring my most used ship to the very front of my ASPO. If you have a lot of ships in your ASPO terminal, it takes a long time to scroll up and down to find the ship that you usually fly and use. So that's why if I put number 0, it will bring to the very top. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will show you guys how to do this. Now, this came into my attention is because one of my viewers, Joey D 1986. He sent me a message on Spectrum and also sent me the link. Let's take a look. Joey D 1986. This is Star Citizen Complete Language Pack Remix. But he is not the original author. The original author is ExoAE. This one. If you click, you will find the Component Language Pack. We're going to talk about that later. If we scroll down, notes here, this project is not affiliated with CIG, but using the language pack is currently intended by CIG. Now, if you click this link, you will find the Star Citizen Community Localization Update. Now, here it says, to show our support for these enthusiastic community translators and to assist those who are eager to embark on their own translation journey while awaiting the official translations, we've taken some steps to help smooth out the current process for tinkering with these translations. And please note that enabling the ability for you to edit the global INI file is experimental for us and will likely have issues. And this post is created almost exactly 2 years ago. So with this feature, the ExoAE created this component language pack. And what he did is to... Now, let me show you guys in-game. So what he did is basically by changing some of the text in the global INI file. For example, when you tractor a component, you can see on the words Sparkfire and Competition C. Also, bottom is size 2 and how many kilograms. The size 2 and how many kilograms is already in there, but what he changed is simply added the class and the grade of the component. Before, when you tractor a component, you only see the name of the component. What's a class? What's the grade? We don't know. So Sparkfire is size 2, competition C. Excelsior. Oh, this one, I don't think he did anything. This is a jump drive. So it still says Excelsior. So that's what it looks like before for every single component. You only see the size and the name. But now, with this, you can see this is a SuperDrive Military C size 3. Very easy to spot. This is Mercury Military C size 3. And Drift Stealth C size 1. Roughneck Industrial D. VK00 Military A. Cloak Stealth D. Drift Stealth C size 1. Polar Military B size 1. Nova Stealth C size 2. And check the weapons. Actually, the weapon and missiles we don't need because it already says on the name itself. So only the components. It's a lot easier to know what class and grade of the component. This is particularly useful if you're looting some enemy ships. For example, if I'm looting this ship, when I tractor this component, I know what class and what grade this component is. It's a military C. If it's a military component, I'll take it. And here is a Maelstrom, military C power plant, but I already have the JS400, so I don't need this one. Then I will not take it. And the Nova Stealth C quantum drive, I already have the ScCompLangPack. It's a Stealth A quantum drive, so I'm not taking this. So very convenient for you to loot components. So this is what this component language pack from ExoAE, what he did. XL1, now change to XL1 Military A. You also have the size at the bottom. But we also have a alternative version. What Joey D made from this is to remix the format. To, for example, it's XL1, then this will be a more simplified version. Military size 2 grade A. However, I prefer the original format. It's easier to read, even though it's a little bit longer, but it's a lot easier to read because this, you have to process for a second in your mind. And here are more examples for this. Now, how to download and use it? I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. So I downloaded the original language pack. Basically, click Download Component Language Pack, extract the zip file, and copy the data folder and the user config file into your game live folder root. If you already have a user configure file, do not overwrite it. Instead, open your existing user config and add the following line at the end. Basically is G language and change it to English, and then launch the game. Every time you change something in the global INI file, you have to Alt F4, exit the game, and restart it. Now here is the language pack file. Extract here, open this folder, you will see two folders. Now simply copy paste it to your Star Citizen live root folder. After you have done that, click data, this folder, click localization, click English, and click global INI. Now, in here, you have millions of characters. You can see 9 million words. So every single description, every single word that you see in Star Citizen is probably included in here. Every mission description, every weapon description, missile component description, everything is here. So you do need to do a search for this. If you want to find, for example, XL1, and then search. There we go. You gotta find the component. It says item name. Before, there's only XL1. There's no military A. And then once we add military A and save the file, restart the game, you will see the component will be marked as XL1 military A. This is not it. We can also write a buy or sell price for these components. For example, buy price is 1,000. Sell price is 9,000. And then we save the file and restart the game. I have a XL1 on my Zeus. Let's take a look. Now you can see XL1 military A. Buy price 1,000, sell price 9,000. So tractor it out. We do a repair. You can see this will cost 150K to repair, which is the cost for this XL1. Even though you cannot buy it, you can only loot the XL1 in the contested zone, but the inherited price for this quantum drive is 150k. So now I simply go back to the global file and change the buy price for the XL1 to 150k with a star. The star means this component cannot be purchased in-game. It can only be duplicated with a price tag of 150k. And the sell price, I don't know yet. Probably we cannot sell because no shop will accept the component because it cannot be purchased. But you can sell to players. For example, I mark the sell price. If I want to sell to players, I will mark it 300k, double it, and then save the file. Do an Alt F4, relaunch the game. Now let's check again. You can see now the XL1 Military A buy price 150k with a star and sell price is 300k. That's very convenient. However, the problem is if you want to know the buy and sell price for every single component, you have to find that information out first and then manually input them here one by one by one. That will take a lot of work, but you can do it. Now go back to the ASOP terminal, the ship list, which is also quite convenient. For example, I search Idris and I have to find the list for the Idris names. So many Idrises here, and there we go. Vehicle names, Idris. So here, what you do is, if you want to bring the ship to the top of the ASOP terminal list, type a number in front. This one is my Idris. It says Idris M. So I type 1 Banibas. This is the name for my Idris. And the text line you need to edit is the text line after the equal sign. So we have another line that says vehicle Idris M short. It says Idris M. I think this is used for something else. But for the ASOP terminal list is the first one. For example, the Aegis Redeemer. So you edit this one right here after the equal sign. So I'm gonna rename it to Aegis and Redeemer. If I want to rename my Paladin, I simply need to search for it and find the ship name, vehicle name, Anvil Paladin, and modify the first one. So I'm gonna change this to Redeemer 2.0. And then I'm gonna put a number 5 to it. And this will bring this ship to the top of the ASOP terminal list. Then save file. Alt F4. And now if we go back to our ASOP terminal list, the 0 starts first and then is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Redeemer 2.0. So these are just 2 examples of what this little thing can do. It's quite fun. But of course, you can totally go overboard. You can change Lorville to Chicago. Oops. Sorry, no offense. But yeah, you can go really crazy with it. However, if you're using this properly, you can add a lot of cool customizations to your own Star Citizen experience and adds a lot of convenience to how you play the game. Start with the ASOP terminal list. And then even the component info. You can even add buy and sell price to it. But it does take a lot of efforts to do it. But remember, this is only temporary and experimental until CIG officialize this. So have fun while it is here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.